Thank you, Chad. Also, can we just say for a second, these bobbleheads, Jessica, incredible. Like, incredible. I don't even know where she is right now, but like, it's even got me down to my blue bracelet that I wear, like every single day. That's amazing. All right. Well, hello, everyone. Good morning. I am here to talk to you today about being more unapologetically you through your brand messaging and using that to generate more leads in your business. So we are going to kick off with a little activity. Is everyone ready? This is engaging, so I need you all to come out a little bit, all right? I'm going to have you guys vote on something. So I'm going to show you a collage of photos. They're all numbered. And I want you to pick the one that feels most authentic, okay? So, of these images, I want you guys to shout back at me, which one of these feels the most authentic and unapologetic? Good eye. Let's do it again. Which one of these feels more real to you? Right again, that is my friend Lily Rains. And last but not least, how about this one? Yep, that is my headshot. I want to do one more exercise. This time we're going to do some words. So, 2 brand messages. Brand message 1, I help entrepreneurs succeed in business. 2, I give an F about your entrepreneurial success. Which one? 2, correct. So this famous quote, Coco Chanel, to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. We are going to go through today how to bring out more of you in your brand messaging so that you can stand out, connect with your audience, and convert them into customers. This is me, as Chad so graciously introduced me. My personal mission is to help 1 million women close the wage gap through entrepreneurship. Yes, I also work with men, but this is my mission for my life. As he said, I'm the entrepreneur coach. Lots of fancy accolades and lots more to come. So, before we dive in, I want to know from you guys, have you ever worked with anyone where you kind of got the bait and switch? Where they showed up outwardly as one person, and once you hired them and started working with them, they kind of morphed into something else. Has anyone else had that? Yep, a few people have had that experience. How did it feel? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Big thumbs down, all right? So step 1 of this is to get into the unapologetic mindset. So my question for you is, what is the one thing other people in your industry do not have on their side? Does anyone know? Yes. Who said that? Yes. They're not you. You are your biggest superpower in your business, especially if you are the face of your business. But even if you're not the face of your business, you are your biggest superpower. You are the leading driving force behind your business. Your business starts with you, and it ends with you. So in getting into the unapologetic mindset, you have to let go of all of the shoulds, right? We hear them all the time. We see them all the time online. You should be this way. You should look this way. You should act this way in order to be a professional, right? Now, I say this standing in front of you. I'm 39 years old. I started wearing crop tops for the first time in my life at 37, right? I have 10 tattoos, including my proudest one, which is of my 16-year-old cat on my shoulder. I'm a total cat lady. My cat has her own Instagram. I didn't do it this time. I picked a different box at the store, but I usually dye my hair pink. Turns all my grays pink, and the rest of it stays the same color. It's great. You get to be you. You get to be you, and you get to share that, and the right people are going to resonate with that. So no more fitting yourself into boxes about who other people think you are, who other people think you need to be successful. No more going and looking at what everyone else is doing and then trying to be the carbon copy of that, right? You get to be you. This is about your vision of success, your skill set, your business, your brand, your way. The biggest blessing of entrepreneurship is that we get to make our own rules. There is no playbook that says that there is one way towards being a successful entrepreneur. Each of us gets to create that for ourselves. And when you do this, the right customers will naturally gravitate towards you. You'll learn a few more things about me in this presentation, but the reason that people like to work with me is because I'm me. And at the end of the day, I don't really care if people like it or not. And the right people resonate with that, and the wrong people don't. It is a very good filter for determining who's your customer and who's not. Has anyone here ever seen Harry Potter, the first Harry Potter movie? Yes? A few people? Okay. So for those of you that haven't, there's a headmaster. The headmaster at the end of the movie goes to visit Harry in his hospital bed. Now, sitting on Harry's bedside table, he has a box of these jelly beans. Now, these jelly beans, as you learn throughout the film, are called Bertie Bott's every flavor bean. So in this box, there's every flavor of jelly bean. But it's not just the good ones, right? So Dumbledore goes into the box and picks out a jelly bean and goes, oh, I'm going to be safe eating a toffee jelly bean, right? He pops it in his mouth and he goes, alas, earwax. We want to make sure that when you are showing up in front of your customers, you are showing up as you. We want to make sure that if you're showing up as toffee, that you taste like toffee, right? So I'm going to walk you guys through 3 things in this process. So the first one is standing out. First things first, in order to be you in front of other people on a grand stage, you got to know who you are. What makes you stand out? What makes you and your brand unapologetically unique? So I'm going to pick on the coffee lady because she volunteered earlier, right? So there's a lot of coffee brands out there. There's Folgers, there's craft coffee brands, there's all these different ones, right? So what makes your particular coffee brand like the one that people go to, right? Love it. So when you guys know what makes you unique, that's a first piece. Then I'm going to get to the next piece in a second because I have an example for you. So does everyone remember back in the day when Instagram was like really kind of first getting going and everyone's feeds were white? Do we remember those days? Like everything was white on Instagram. That used to be me too. This used to be my Instagram feed. Everything was gallery style. It was, whites, da-da-da-da-da. Well, if you guys have noticed, I'm a little bolder than white. The 10 tattoos and the swearing might set it off a little bit. My brand color generally is hot pink, like you guys saw in my profile photo. So you get to, when you know who you are, when you know what makes you unique, when you know what makes you unapologetic in the world, you get to then figure out how to express that online. Step 1, you have to know what that is about you. Second, you got to know why your customers resonate with you. Why do they come to you? If my customers didn't resonate with me swearing a lot, I would probably not swear as much, even though that's a part of who I am, right? So it's a nice blend between you need to know you need to know who you are, how you communicate, all of that stuff, but you also need to know, why do your customers come to you? What is it about you and who you are and how you show up and what your business is and what your brand is that really truly sparks within them that like, I'm going back to that coffee shop because of this. I'm going to call Bri to help me with that because of this. So not everyone's going to like this. I'll show you guys a quick little. This is a piece of feedback I got actually from the Stevie Awards coaches. They did not like that I swore, and right now, actually, that word is like the least of my worries when I generally communicate. So not everyone is going to like you, and that's okay. My customers tell me over and over and over and over and over again that they like the language I use. It makes them trust me because they know that I'm real. They know that I'm not BSing them. So you have to know what about you sparks that within your customer, and then you can play it up. All right, quick little exercise. We're going to take just a few minutes. If you were being more unapologetic AF in your brand, what would change about it? You don't have to list 5 things, but if you guys want to write down 1 to 2 things on your notebook in front of you, if you were to be more unapologetically you in your brand and your business, what would need to shift? Give you like 30 seconds to figure it out. So I love it. That congruence is going to be really awesome for you to play with. Thank you for sharing. So more humor, right? If we're communicating in one way in person, but we're communicating in a different way online, first off, that's not giving people the opportunity to connect with us like we connect with them in person, and it's just creating more harmony. If we get to be the same person in every single aspect of our lives, has anyone done the thing where you flip from like one personality to another personality? I had a day job for 8 years, and so like I was this person during the day, and I like couldn't talk about my business and my brand, but then when I got home, I was a completely different person. I was corporate, and I'd dress corporate, I'd talk corporate, I'd act corporate, and my first business was I had my own fashion label. And so I got to go to fashion shows and do all these cool things, but I hid that during the day, and it was like this switch constantly going on and off, and it's exhausting. So my guess would be the more that you start incorporating your humor into your communications, not only is it going to be easier for you, it's actually going to draw in more of the right people as well. Thanks. All right, so you now know who you are, you know why your customers resonate with you. How do you now start communicating that to people so that they know that's who you are and how you operate? 3 things. The words. You need to figure out what words align with that unapologetic message. Like I've said, I use swear words a lot. Those words align for me. They don't align for everyone. My guess would be the coffee brand is probably not going to start swearing in her online messaging, and that's okay. But you need to know that. Do you use bold words? Are you using, strong language? Or is your brand a little more nuanced? Is it a little softer? What do you use, and what do your customers resonate with? Next, what visuals communicate your brand messaging most effectively? I'm going to thank Jessica for this example. Here are 4 different examples of visuals that say co-create. Jessica knew her messaging. She knew who she was. She knew who all of you were. She did not pick the one in the top upper left-hand corner because she didn't want this to be a stuffy, corporate, in the box, black and white event. She wanted it to be fun and bright and vibrant and energetic. So she used visuals to relay that to all of us so that we knew what we were signing up for. So these 5 images, I'm going to tell you, I went on unsplash.com and I searched the word business. All 5 of these images you're about to see were results from me searching the exact same word. So this is, potentially a bunch of entrepreneurs co-working at a coffee shop. This is someone at their laptop writing. An idea with lights in one's hands, maybe more of a startup/corporate-y vibe. and again, the infamous Instagram white flat lay. All of these 5 images came from the exact same search. So you get to choose, once you know yourself and know your customer, what visuals align with your messaging. And then last but not least, how do you then engage with your audience online? And I loved the example of humor from this. You will see, so first example, Wendy's has a very, very humorous engagement strategy. Tweet 1. So Wendy's, you just gonna let IHOP sell burgers on your block? I thought you were the OG. Wendy's, not really afraid of the burgers from a place that decided pancakes were too hard. Second one, Wendy's, my friends like Wendy's, but I don't. What do I tell them? Wendy's, apologize for being wrong. So do you use humor as your engagement strategy? Does your audience resonate with that? Or do you do something more like Zappos? This Jason Bradshaw person, hey, not a normal question, but by any chance, can you suggest a good hairdresser near the Ritz-Carlton in Marina del Rey? Zappos says, no problem. I've looked up a couple that might work for you. Salon Plush, Via Dolce Salon seem to have good reviews. I hope that helps. If someone tweeted you asking for a hair salon recommendation, are you going to give them humor? Or are you going to Google something and actually give them an answer? And last but not least, someone said, brands should avoid typos. And Alan Solly said, we heard you. This has reached the highest level. The team has swung into action. Here's another Harry Potter reference. We will not spell coming soon as coming soon. So how are you engaging with people? You want your unapologetic voice, again, to be congruent with who you are and what your customers expect from you or know you to be. So you just have to pick, what is my engagement strategy? Is it to be sassy? Is it to be straightforward? Is it to be rude? There are brands that literally are rude. What's the Ed DeBevick's? I remember going to Ed DeBevick's as a child, and the waiters, I think I was like 6 or 7, and I remember the waiters just being mercilessly rude to my mom. That's their brand. It works for them. That's why people go to eat there, is to be treated poorly. Imagine that, right? All right, if your words, your visuals, and your engagement was unapologetically you, what would be different about them? What are some different words you need to use that represent you and connect with your customer? Is there a way that your visuals might need to change or alter to represent you and connect with your customer? And how are you currently engaging with people online? And is that in alignment with you and your customer? Did anyone have any sort of aha during this about their words, their visuals, their engagement strategy that you'd want, that one person, just one? Yes. Okay. Awesome. I love it. And then your branding and everything, whether your logo, like everything then gets to be aligned with that vision, right? So say you have a logo that looks super luxury and branding that looks super luxury, and people walk in and they're like, why are your candles in a mason jar, right? Like there's a disconnect. People don't trust that. They think they're getting toffee and they get earwax, right? We want to make sure that there's consistency that is you. Love that. All right, and then convert, obviously. You know who you are, you know who your customer is, now you're talking to them, communicating with them in different ways. How do you get them to be a paying customer in your business? Well, first off, call to action. I know this one seems a little obvious, but you would be amazed how many people do not include call to action in their social media posts. Or their call to action is something like, let me know what you think. Let me know is not a call to action, just for reference for everyone. So I love this example. I don't know why I love this example so much. It's Domino's. I don't even eat Domino's. But here's what I love about this call to action. Start your order, delivery or carry out. It's like asking someone a question where the only acceptable responses are yes or yes. Right? How can you start to make calls to action, one, that are clear, and two, potentially only have the response of yes or yes? You want to make sure when you're making your call to action that it is very concise, that it is very direct, and that people know exactly what you want from them. And I will go as far to say, even in emails, don't ever end an email with "let me know." Ask a question where there is not a yes or no option as an answer. So instead of saying, "would you like to," switching it to, "when are you available to?" That you can't answer no to that question. I mean, people can, but it's not a natural response. Next, how do you compel people to take action in a way that's unapologetically you, in a way that they're going to resonate with? I love this example. Dove knows so well who they are and who their customer is. So this says, "We believe women should define themselves." Amen. That's why we created hashtag #ShowUs Getty Library, 5,000 photos of female identifying and non-binary individuals as they are, tagged with words chosen by them. Sign the petition to change the definition of woman. And then there's a link. So Dove knows exactly who their people are. The people that use Dove are women that don't want to be defined by conventional definitions of beauty. So they are making a clear call to action that compels people to click on that link and engage with the action that they're asking people to engage with. And then last, what is the path of least resistance for them to take it immediately? If you are guiding someone to take a call to action where they have to go through a bunch of pop-ups, fill out a bunch of forms, do a bunch of things, it's very likely the longer it takes for them to get to the end of that action, the more likely they are to not engage with you any longer. You want the path of least resistance, A to B. Quick hop, step, and a jump. Not a detour, no speed bumps, none of that stuff. I love this one as well. Whether you're Disney or a drop shipper, success starts with action. Download this wallpaper for your Monday motivation. You download this wallpaper, you put it on your cell phone, all of a sudden, Oberlo is staring at you on your cell phone all the time, and all it took was a simple hold, save, create, background wallpaper. Super, super, super easy. So, if you were being more unapologetic, inviting people to a yes or yes call to action that was super easy to get them to engage with your brand, what would that look like? What would change in your current practices to start employing this? Does anyone have any thoughts that they want to share around this? Just need one. Go for it. You're the bravest one in the room. Can we just seriously, thank you. Go ahead. Love it. That is a yes or yes call to action. I think I do the pineapple. What about you guys? Anyone? Crystal would take the horse. I know that for sure. Anyone else? I love it. Awesome. So I want to just invite you guys to consider for yourselves right now. I don't come up here on this stage to speak for my health. I come up here to speak to help you guys, all right? What is one thing that you are going to commit to today in your brand messaging to be more unapologetically you, to stand out, to connect with your customers in a deeper, more authentic way, and to compel them to become paying customers. It's one way. All you have to do, 1% shift every day. You don't have to overhaul everything, just one thing. Does anyone feel compelled to share one small shift that they're going to make in their unapologetic brand messaging to create some different results? Come on, guys. I know it's early. Love it. Awesome. Does anyone else have one? Come on, play with me. No one else? Jess. More stories and reels. I love it. I will tell you guys, my cat Peaches posted a reel last night. She hit her first 10,000 view reel. It is a good medium. It is a good medium. She's really cute too, but you know. All right, so I am not as cool as Jess. I need to get a QR code, clearly. I have two things for you guys. One, if you would like a copy of these slides, please text me. I will send them to you. And two, I have a workbook to help people kind of take the next step in their growth journey in their business. If you would like either, either text me or come find me. I will be here all the day today, all the day tomorrow. My cell phone, 323-902-7651. Shoot me a text and we will get you off the slides and or the workbook. And next time I'm here next year, Jess, I will have a QR code or whatever's new by then. And last but not least, feel free to come connect with me online. Like I said, I do love the Instagram. I'm a big fan of Reels. And if you'd like, you can find Peaches on there as well. So thank you all so much for today. I appreciate it. And let me know, either through Instagram or in person, how you are going to embrace more unapologetically you and your brand message.